the number one predator, the number one predator of women in this world is men. Hi guys, welcome back to TJ's View. I know it's been a while. You guys busy, right? So today's topic, as you guys can see, is going to be about why marriage is a scam. I said it. I said it. Yeah. And before we move on, there are many reasons why I actually said that, right? As you guys know, like when I say something, I don't just say it and not give you guys like content, which is why our videos are always long. And usually we are unscripted. But today I decided that we need facts, right? Like we need facts. I cannot just come and tell you, oh, it is a scam and then just yap about what I think. I need to give you guys some context to it and to why it's a scam. And because of that, we're going to have a disclaimer first. First disclaimer for this video. The views expressed in these videos are based on a secular perspective and are informed by social, psychological, and human rights framework, not religious doctrines. I am not a religious scholar, and this content is not intended to offer theological advice or guidance. Please engage with this video through a secular lens. If you are seeking religious interpretation or teachings, I encourage you to consult trusted leaders within your faith community. So, and also, I know I said marriage is a scam, and I know that if I push this particular disclaimer to the end of the video, you guys would not, some of you guys will not watch to the end of the video. So, because of that, I will drop the disclaimer now. And for those of you that would not watch, before you start typing in the comment section that how can you say that, let me just drop the disclaimer now. Under no circumstances am I saying do not get married. Under no circumstances am I saying that marriage is evil, marriage is bad, do not do it. Like that is not what I am saying. If you want to get married, if marriage is your dream in life, if marriage is what you want, do it. That's your choice. I'm not going, TJ is not going to tell you marry or don't marry. That's not what I am here to tell you. I'm just about to tell you, I'm here to tell you how marriage is an idea, an ideology, and not reality, basically. Okay, that makes sense and does not make sense. I'm here to tell you how marriage is just a dream, it's a fantasy, it's a fairy tale. It's not all you think it is. There is more to it than the fairy tale, the wedding, and all of this cutesy stuff that you see all over the internet or you see or you go to. Like marriage is not just a wedding. It's not just about the ceremony. There is a lot more to it. I'm here to tell you what the more that is there to it is. So disclaimer, as I said, if you want to get married, marry. I'm not saying don't marry. I'm not saying watch my video and because of that don't marry. My videos are actually meant to like awaken some thinking in you, to just help you to think better, to help you to choose better, to help you to make better decisions. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, what to do or what not to do with your life. That's not my jurisdiction. So 1 minute silence for those that are going to be butchered in today's video. Okay, so based on last videos, I got new subscribers, new views. Guys, we are literally on 1.5k views. Like what? I literally cannot believe it. Like what the hell? Like thank you so much. Like guys, thank you so much. I am super grateful. I am thankful. I appreciate everything. Like guys, I literally wake up. I cannot even believe it. Like what? How in how are we on 1.5k views? How have we gotten to that level this quickly? Like guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the for the engagement, for watching the videos, liking, sharing. You guys don't really comment, but you'll be sending me DMs to comment. I really appreciate that. I mean, I would appreciate it if you guys comment your opinions more in the comment sections, not in my private DM. But I mean, I do not mind. Keep coming into the DMs, complain all you like I appreciate it. It helps me grow, it helps me learn what you guys want more from me, it helps me appreciate like the opinions you guys have on what I am saying. And to actually it shows me that you actually listen to what I said. It showed me that you actually care about what I have to say, and I really, really deeply appreciate it. So thank you so much, guys. So we're getting right into today's video. And as I said, like I'm going to need a little bit of assistance with script. So we're going to start with the history of marriage. What is the history of marriage? Like, who thought of marriage? Why did marriage start in the first place? And I'm going to be telling you guys that today. So let's go into it. So, marriage has existed for thousands of years, evolving across cultures and eras. Originally, marriage was not about love, but about forming alliance, securing property, and ensuring legitimate offspring. In ancient Mesopotamia, Greece, and Rome, marriage served political or economic purpose. Women were often seen as property transferred from father to husband, and dowries or bride price were common. In many societies, polygyny, one man, multiple wives, was practiced, especially among elites. Monogamy became more standard in the Greco Roman world and later in Christian Europe, but it often applied mainly to women. Men still had mistresses or concubines. The rise of Christianity in the West brought a new moral framework. Marriage became a sacrament in the 12th century, emphasizing fidelity and the spiritual union of partners. Love based marriages were rare until the 18th century, when Enlightenment ideas and Romanticism introduced the ideal of marrying for affection. Colonialism and globalization spread Western marriage vows and norms, such as monogamy, legal contracts, and church ceremonies, to many parts of the world, often disrupting indigenous practices. In the 20th century, legal reforms began granting women more rights within marriage. Modern marriage has shifted and has continued to shift. Divorce became more accessible, same sex marriage has gained legal recognition in many countries, and marriage is increasingly seen as a partnership between equals. So, from everything I said, we can get something straight from the start. Marriage was never about love. The people that thought of the idea of marriage, the people that emphasized the idea of marriage, they did not come about it out of love. It was about property transfer. It was about securing it was about securing bonds, it was about securing strong family alliance, it was about offspring, it was about business, it was about ensuring that you and someone have like tight bond that cannot be broken through marriage. It was not about love, it was not about care or anything. Marriage evolved to be about love later on in later years. So one other thing I want to say before this video goes on, I know most of my audience are women, which are my target audience in the first place. My content is not really targeted towards men because honestly, the way men consume media is not something I really want to engage with. Like in male dominance, like in spaces where male audience are the most dominant, they care more about the appearance of the person passing the message more than the actual message. I want my audience to care about what I have to say, not about how I look. Yes, how I look. Yes, you guys compliment me on my beauty. Thank you. I know I'm beautiful. We're going to talk about the history of marriage in Nigeria because yes, another you guys are here for that. Like, how the marriage starts in Nigeria? Like, how would she bury? Like, how was it going on? What was the in total? How did it happen? So I'm here to tell you. Let's go on. So, in Nigeria, marriage has long been central to social identity, continuity, and status. Traditional Nigerian society, predating colonialism, had diverse marriage systems shaped by ethnic and religious customs. Most communities practiced customary marriage, involving family negotiation, bride price, and community rights. Among the Yoruba, Igbo, Hausas, and other ethnic groups, marriage was a family, not individual affair. And even till now, marriage is still a family affair in Nigeria. It's not just about you and your partner. It's about you. When you marry into a family, you're marrying into the family, like the in-laws, the cousins, everybody. You're married into them, and that's that has been positive for some people, and for some people that has been very negative. Like for some people, marrying into like a family has been the reason why their life became hell, and for some people, it's the reason why their life became heaven. So there is nuance to it. And as I say all often on this channel, like I want you guys to not only think about things black and white. There is always grays and there's in betweens. Anything that has a positive has a negative and also has in betweens. So when I say things, don't just automatically assume it is 100% right, it's 100% wrong. Like as I said, I want you guys to think for yourself. Think for yourself. Don't just listen to TJ's view and be like, yeah, what TJ said is 100% right and there's no denying. Or what TJ said is 100% wrong. How can she say that? How can I say that? Because I have a mouth. So think about it yourself too. Like, think about it. Don't just hear something I say and that's all you go with. If it really is burning you that much, research your own research. Open your own channel and say what you want to say. Like, you're not allowed to do that. You're allowed to. So, moving on. As I said, marriage is a family and not an individual affair, often arranged to unite families, clans, or lineages. So, polygamy was widely practiced and respected, especially in royal or wealthy households. Among, among Muslims in northern Nigeria, Islamic Sharia marriage laws further shaped marital custom, permitting polygamy within Islamic rules or polygyny. Colonialism brought British legal systems which introduced statutory civil marriage through registries and Christian churches. This form of marriage emphasized monogamy and was often seen as modern. Over time, three parallel systems developed in Nigeria: customary, Islamic, and statutory law, each recognizing different forms of marriages, divorce, and inheritance rights. Christian missionaries promoted monogamous Christian marriages and often discouraged traditional practices. Meanwhile, Islamic influence continued to uphold Islamic marriage contracts and laws in the North. Post independence, legal pluralism allowed all three systems to coexist. Although this created confusion, especially around women's rights and divorce. In recent decades, Nigerian marriage has undergone social shifts, urbanization, education, and gender activism have influenced marital choices. While many still value traditional custom, there is rising advocacy for women's consent, legal protections, and the rights to refuse forced or early marriages. Civil marriage is increasingly chosen for its legal clarity, especially among educated Nigerians seeking gender equality in marriage. So in the past, I've actually mentioned, I made in my video about feminism, I talked about how like the traditional marriage customs in Nigeria can be complicated. I mean, I didn't go like deep into it, but I made like some mentions of it in relation to feminism in specifically, right? In specific, sorry. So I also talked about how the divorce process is really grueling and hard. Like it's really not a matter of just signing papers. It's a whole process, like a whole process. It takes long. In Nigeria, you cannot just say you want to divorce somebody and sign papers and that's it. No, like it takes a whole process. And I feel like there's something that should be encouraged for people is when you learn about marriage, you're learning about marriage, how marriage is sweet. Also learn about how divorce is difficult. I'm not saying that you should divorce. That's not what I'm saying. Like I'm just saying no one knows what is going to happen. You never know what is going to happen. You never know how situations are going to change, how situations are going to shift. You never know. So the importance of you learning about how marriage is sweet, also learn about how divorce is a difficult process and how the process goes, because many people get into marriage, they don't learn about how difficult it can be if you want to leave or if you have to leave. And there's also this really huge stigma about divorce, about how you have to stay and try to make the marriage work no matter what. There's something people don't, for me, like I think that is really really complicated. I was going to say silly, but then I also know that me saying silly is undermining people's experience, right? There's different things that goes on about marriage. Like there are different things, there are different efforts that's been put into it. Like there's just a different all aspects to it. So you not wanting to leave a marriage is not silly. It's There's a lot that goes into it, basically. But something people forget is you are your individual, your partner is your individual, is an individual. There is like, if the marriage is not working in your favor, leave. Like that's my belief. I know that belief can be pretty controversial, because people still see divorce as this taboo thing that you should not do and you should endure and all of these things. Endure till death. Like, why do you need to endure till death? Why can And it's not, and something that can be annoying is when I say leave if the marriage is not working for you. I don't even mean only in abusive situations. That's not what I mean. I mean it all round. Even if your partner is not abusive, even if your partner is not doing things to you that are hurting you, like physically or emotionally, if the marriage is not serving you, leave. Leave. That should not be an hot take. Like, that should not be controversial. That should not be controversial. When people talk about, oh, there's a high rate of divorce, there's a high rate of whatever, as if it's a bad thing. Like, marriage is a contract, and like every contract, it has a beginning and it has an end. Like, if you are tired of the marriage, if it's not working for you, discuss with your partner. I'm not saying the first instance to everything that goes wrong in your marriage should be divorce. Please don't hear what I'm not saying. When I say something, don't hear what I'm not saying. Hear what I am saying for what I'm saying. I'm not saying marriage is a process between two people. There's going to be confusion, there's going to be struggles, there's going to be things that both of you go through together that builds your marriage, that builds a relationship. And I'm not saying that you should not go through that with your partner. Please do. Like, the struggles that you go through with your partners together help to build a stronger marriage. No denying to that. I'm just saying, if you've tried everything that you think you can try and it's not working out, you've tried communication, you've tried space, you've tried bonding, you've tried spending time together, you've tried everything, you've tried couples therapy, you've tried everything possible and it's still not working, let it go. Let it go. Move on with your life. Start from I know it's hard to start again from the scratch, but move on with your life. And I know that one of the reasons why this particular thing I'm saying is hard for people to hear or for people to understand is because of something called male centeredness that runs deep into the vein of women in the world because of patriarchy, basically. But male centeredness, I mean, many people are learning to break out of male centeredness in this day, and I cannot be more grateful for that. And even me, even I myself, that I'm saying what I'm saying, I've also had my own male centered era. The era where I deeply, deeply cared about what men had to say, about pleasing men and all these things. Like, practically my pick me girl era. I also had my pick me girl era, and I'm so glad, so glad I left that era early on in my life. I'm so glad I learned early on in my life that that's not the direction I want my life to go towards. So I'm not judging if you are a pick me girl or if you're male centered. I might not like you, but I'm not judging. I understand. It's a process. Sometimes you take time for you to actually realize for yourself that, okay, this is not serving me. This is not how my life should be, and you break out of it. And for some people, they never break out of it. Like, for some people, they stay in that state for the rest of their life. And let me tell you why male centeredness is bad. So, male centeredness, also known as androcentrism, is the practice of tendency to view the world, define norms, and structure society through the lens of male experience, values, and interests, often treating them as universal or superior, while sidelining or diminishing women's experience. Key aspects of male centeredness: 1. Default male norms. In language, research, medicine, and media, the male body or perspective is often treated as the default. Example: medical studies historically centered on male bodies, leading to misdiagnosis of heart attacks in women. Like, how male body and how female body operate is separate, right? I think that this is an extended topic apart from marriage that we are talking about before, but this is also important for us to talk about. And society has been built in a way that everything is viewed towards a male lens. We just talked about how men experience an attack and how women experience an attack is very different. But because the studies were mostly done on men, they automatically assume that it applies to women, even though women's body and male's body work in different ways. The same goes towards car testing. It is notoriously known that car testers test they test the impact of accidents, and how cars are also built is more towards men, how men sit, how men muscles work, how men everything work. Suggesting that the only female testing that has been done is with dolls. Like, sorry, I mean they do most of the male testing with dolls too, but like it's practically just dolls that are made in like male bodies, or little females, or even when they use a female testing doll, the female testing doll was built based on a male body. Like, does not make sense that in 2025 we don't still have accurate analysis on how car accidents can affect women, and how we can work to prevent that better, and how cars can be built to better accommodate women and women's experience. That's also something that we are still struggling with in this modern day world. That's just an example of how male centeredness permeates like society. Another example I'm going to give you is also cultural narratives and media. Most stories, especially in film, literature, and religion, center on men's journey, with women as side characters, e.g., love interest, mothers, and helper. Example, the male gaze in film theory critiques how women are often portrayed for male pleasure. And I know that there is, on this whole male gaze topic, I'm going to make I think I want to make a video on that in the future. If you guys want to start, let me know. When people say female gaze as an opposite of male gaze, it's complete bullshit. I said it, stone me. There is nothing like female gaze. It does not exist in the first place. The reason why male gaze was coined was to explain the phenomenon where everything is centered towards the male gaze, or everything is done with the male gaze in mind. There is no female gaze, because even for men, right from the start, right from how you consume media, I'm talking about from your Disney movies, everything, it's all done by men. We are seeing it from men's perspective. The whole Disney princess, their dressing, the old storylines, and how they work is all through a male lens. And from when you were young, your brain was being shaped to think like that. So right from when you were young, right from when you were consuming your baby media, you were already consuming the male gaze. So what do you mean by female gaze? Like, the female gaze never existed because there's no space for it to even exist. Why? Because we're in a patriarchal society where men opinion is what is the most prioritized. Like, that's just common sense. Like, that's just common sense. You see people say, oh, I'll dress softer in a more feminine way to attract women, not men. Yes, some dressing or some ways you look might appeal more to female interest than male interest, but it still does not exclude it from the male gaze. You see people dress up in 90s aesthetics, 80s aesthetic, 50s aesthetic, and say they are dressing for the female gaze. What? What do you think the women in the 50s, and the 90s, and the 70s were dressing like that for? Why do you think they were dressing like that? For the male gaze. Like, you dressing like that in 2025 does not absorb the fact that you that particular dressing, that particular aesthetic was for the male gaze. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know I can go more into this. I could make a video, go more into deep dive and whatever. But quote me and I say this: there is nothing like the female gaze. At least not in the current world that we are in. Not in this current social structure that we found ourselves, basically. And I'm talking about male centeredness specifically because for us to talk about how marriage is a scam, you need to know that marriage is a scam because because these chicks because it only benefits men. That's how marriage is a scam, because it does not benefit you as a woman. It does not benefit you, and that's why it's a scam for you. For men, it's a treasure. It's beneficial for them. They want it. They strive towards it because it helps them. But for you as a woman, it's a scam. So for you to understand that, you also need to understand male centeredness, which is why I'm doing this deep dive first into male centeredness before we move into how it affects like marriage and the rest. Anyway, male centeredness in tradition is also really important to understand what we're talking about today about marriage. Because even in child rearing, sorry, in child rearing in Nigeria, people you see parents focus more of their discipline towards the female children, and while neglecting the male children or not even focusing that much on them. Watch my video on strict how your strict parenting carrying your child's future to understand um what I'm saying here better. But in Nigeria, it's not uncommon for people to say things like, "Oh, is a boy being a boy." Not even in Nigeria, in the world, it's not uncommon for when a male child does something wrong for people to just chuck it up to boys will be boys. But when a female child does something wrong, girls will not be girls. Mm-mm. It's she's gone rogue. She's spoiled now. She's been too fast. She's doing this. She's doing that. There is repercussion. There is strictness. There is punishment that comes with a female child doing something wrong. But when it comes to a male child doing things, instead of them to be corrected, instead of them to be chastised and told, oh, what you did is wrong, instead of them to be educated on how what they are doing is wrong, it is just chalked up to boys will be boys. He did something bad that hurt someone, that landed someone else in hospital, boys will be boys. The male children are not corrected in the way they should be corrected, which is why they end up being menace to society. You end up raising a monster into society, a child that causes menace, that causes other people to tremble in fear. You even end up raising a menace for yourself because now your child grows up, your male child grows up. You're scared to talk to him. You cannot correct him. Why? Because you did not socialize him like that from the start. You did not correct him when he was out here doing horrible things when he was a child. Now, as an adult, you are terrified of him. You are terrified of him. There are stories online of real life stories of people complaining about how, especially female children, girl childs, complaining about how their male siblings are terrorists in the house, how their male siblings are terrorizing them in the house, are terrorizing the family. The mothers, the fathers, they are scared to say a word to this child. This child is out here snatching off money from the parents to go and spend. The child is out here doing horrible things, beating his siblings, and the parents are just out here not being able to say a word to correct the child. That kind of person is the person that's going to go on to be somebody's husband or somebody's father later on. And what do you think is going to happen? Yawa, obviously. So let's move on. Let's go back to our discussion. Let's go back to our discussion about marriage, right? One of the reasons why I hate the idea of marriage so much, because I do hate the idea of marriage. If you cannot tell by now, I don't like the idea of it at all. I don't, because something that's supposed to be I mean, it was never built as a partnership right from the start. But now, traditions evolve, cultures evolve, language evolve, the understanding of topics evolve, the understanding of words evolve, meaning of words change over time, the purpose of things change and shift over time. Marriage has shifted from its original intention to be something that's supposed to be a partnership in this modern day world. But is it a partnership? No, it's not a partnership, because for some marriages, they've managed to make it a partnership. They've managed to do it in a way that the interest of both parties can be met somewhat. Maybe the interest of the man, the interest of the woman can be met somewhat. They've managed to find a close to a middle ground for it. And I'm glad that for some people it has worked out. But for majority of people it has not worked out. And one of the reasons why marriage does not work in favor of women is because the number one predator, the number one predator of women in this world is men. Women's number one predator, like your number one predator, the person that has the highest chance of harming you, the person that has statistically continually proven to continually harm you in a negative way, is a man. And that same predator, the thing that kills you the quickest, like the number one, apart from other like reasons, when we talk about when we talk about apart from the other societal reasons like maybe childbirth and other things, The number one leading cause of women's death, apart from things like childbirth and other things, is men. Like the thing that can cause you to die, that's what you are getting married to, basically. And you are that's supposed to work in your favor. How? Can you see what when I say that it was never meant to work in your favor as a woman? That's what I mean. Like you are literally living, sleeping, and waking up in the same house every single day, continually with the number one cause of the reason why you could go into an institution, basically. Do you see how? Do you see how that's not working in your favor? Do you see? Anyways, let's move on and let's talk about it. So we have global and regional statistics, right? Here is a little overview on how on some of the global or some of the African statistics that we have on how men are the primary perpetrators of violence against women. We did 1 minute silence, right? Because me and English were literally in a tug of war, basically. So we have global and regional statistics. Intimate partner violence, IPV. Approximately 30% of women aged 15 to 49 worldwide have experienced physical and or sexual violence by an intimate partner at some point in their lives. This was taken from like WHO reports. We have everyday femicide. In 2023, around 140 women and girls were killed daily. Daily. I did not say yearly. Daily. Daily. By partner or family members, equivalent to 51,100 domestic homicides, with 60% occurring in the home. Now, do you understand why I said men are the number one predator of women? 60% of it occurring in the home by a man towards his female partner. Are you, is it awakening your brain? Like, are you clocking it now? Are you seeing? I'm going on. I'm going on because I'm not going to stop. Let's go on. Oh, global femicide rate yearly. The world sees around 66,000 gender related female murders annually, with Africa recording the highest number, 21,700. I got that from Wikipedia. So, let me tell you, like, in these recent years, there's been so many cases of femicide. Femicide is something that is now everywhere in the media. I mean, it has always been in the media, but in this between 2024 and 2025, it was as if you cannot open the news in a day and not hear a case relating to femicide. What's femicide? Femicide is deliberate killing of women. Like, you know what? Femicide is the intentional murder of women or girls because of their gender. In domestic views, 50% of all femicide are committed by male intimate partners. So, or male family members relating to the man or to the sorry, or male family members relating to the woman or girl. So basically, femicide rates has gone up so much in the last few years. It's really gone up in a scary rate. In a scary rate, we have the case in or not even only femicide, the violence men are committing against women, the gender-based violence, the gender-based evil against women is literally risen like at a very high rate. And one of the reasons to blame for that is the whole incel movement, the whole red pill stuff is one of the big reasons to blame for that. But it's really not all of it's really not all of it. There's many cases that contribute to that. We have the cases of this French woman that was married to her husband. They've been married for over 30 years. This man was drugging her continuously and inviting men over to come and R her in their house, and he was videoing it. For years, her husband, he recorded videos of his own daughter without her permission, drugged her to sleep, recorded. Just between last year and this year in France, we have heard cases of a man, he and his wife had fights. I think somewhere was in Australia. He he butchered her up and blended her. Like, I'm not making this up. I'm going to find the articles, the news articles, and put them up for you to actually see. I'm not making it up at all. His own, I don't know if it was his wife or fiancé, blended, blended. What could she have done? Like, there's nothing you could have done to someone else that warrants such behavior, blending. Like, let's take a minute to calm down because I'm getting wild up. Like, I'm getting wild up. There is, honestly, I could make a video about femicide. I could make a video about anything. Like, because I my videos are not focused on only on trending topics. If you guys notice, like, I just talk about what I want to talk about when I feel like talking about it. Today's video was actually supposed to be on a Reddit series. Like, I was supposed to record Reddit series today, like on like our feminism, our child free, and whatever. But when I started researching on checking on Reddit, I was not really seeing like topics that I wanted to talk about. Like, I wasn't seeing anything I was really passionate to talk about. And also, YouTube is changing their laws on certain things. And I don't know if like reaction videos, like Reddit or whatever story. I mean, I know it's still my content. I really don't know how that's going to like affect the law. So I just want to wait until like the new law is into place and I see how other people adjust, and then I'll try to also meet up and adjust to fit that anyway. So let's continue. Africa. Africa leads in intimate partner and family related femicides, 21,700 in 2023, according to like the Guardian. Democratic Republic of Congo estimated that 38% of girls and women 15 plus, like 15 age and above, have been abused by partners. Sexual violence in conflict zones remain rampant. Older than that, free Congo, free Congo, free Congo, free Congo. There is a there is a current genocide. Sorry, because I know that I said TikTok, YouTube has its own laws on these things. Free Congo, free Congo, free Congo. There is a current mass unaliving going on in Congo for their resources. And there are many things and many ways that we as people can help, even though we're not Congolese. You don't have to be Congolese to recognize the troubles that people that they are going through in the country and fight for it. I'm not going to go deeper into what they are going through because I did not like I know some of it's in my head, but like I don't have like a research over it like right now. So I don't want to end up saying something that is just my own opinion and not fact and cause problem. Like, but one thing I know that is factual is that the reason why this whole mass unaliving is going on is because of their resources in the country. So please, anything you can do to support, there are places where you can donate to support. There are places where even just posting on social media about it is enough to create awareness. So let's keep that in mind. And also, it's been known like in this Congo issue, there's been high numbers of women that are getting killed, are rewarded, like massively, all tribes of women. And other African countries like Nigeria, 30% of women aged 15 to 49 have experienced sexual abuse, 43% of girls married off before they clock 18. And I'm in my video about feminism, there's some of the statistics of this is there. You can watch that also to like let you more about that. Then we have South Africa, ranked among most dangerous countries for women. Only 25% feel safe alone at night. Intimate partner violence is extremely common. That's just like a breakdown into some countries and how like intimate partner violence affects women in those countries, or the rate and statistics that are recorded of it. Because anyways, we have Burundi and Lesotho. 40% of women face intimate partner violence at some point in those countries. So we have Asia and Middle East also. Some part of the Middle East are also Africa, so it's still like much. I'm talking about like Egypt and some of the northern African countries that are closer to like the middle belt, to the Middle East belt. So we have Afghanistan. 85% of women report experiencing domestic violence. Then we have Bangladesh. 40 to 47% of women have experienced domestic violence. 30% of pregnant women report physical abuse. Then we have Egypt. 33% of women face domestic violence in their lifetime. 18% in past year. Then we have global observation. Strict or online harassment. 75% of women globally report strict harassment. 96% of online threats are perpetrated by men. Sexual assault. 99% of perpetrators and 91% of rape victims are male or female respectively. Then we have 99% of perpetrators are men and 91% of rape victims are female by men. Okay. Then we have femicide patterns. Over 92% of intimate partner homicides involve male perpetrators. Over 92%. Honestly, there is a lot to say about how dangerous it is to actually get married to a man in the Lord's year of 2025. There is a lot to say about it, about how dangerous it is. And I know one of the most saddening part of this is when you talk about issues like this, about the violence, the domestic violence that women face from men. You hear people say, "Oh, what is courtship for? Why aren't you courting him to see how he reacts, how he treats people? From when you were courting him, you were going to know which kind of person he is." Have you not heard of narcissistic people? Have you not heard of pro gaslighters? People that are just so good at masking, and people that are just so good at hiding their true color. And when they know that you cannot escape them anymore, maybe you've gotten pregnant for them, maybe you've married them, or you are engaged or something, that's when they now start showing their true color. It's not unheard of at all of men to act like that. It's not unheard of at all. I'm not saying that yes, some women see signs and they they ignore the signs. Like you saw the red flag, but you ignore the red flag. Like it's that's very true in some cases, but not in all cases. In some cases, truly, some people saw the red sign, they saw the red flags, they saw the signs, but they felt, oh, they changed the person. Oh, it's not that serious. But in a lot of cases, there were little to no signs. And I would make a video talking about how you can recognize some early signs of manipulation, early signs of a male partner being evil. How you can recognize it. I will try to make a video on that. But honestly, I'm not really. I love relationship gossip, but I'm not really big on giving relationship advice because I know that people are stubborn. So people are stubborn. Some girls, you're goats. You are goats because you're so stubborn that you just want to do what is in your mind. This man, even though you know that he does not serve you, he does not serve you. He's going to hurt you. You still want to try it. You want to do it. So because of that, like offering relationship advice sometimes is just. But yeah, I'll try on to create a video on some of the early signs you can see to recognize that, oh, this my partner might not actually be the only man that is claiming to be. And also people that automatically assume that just because they are marrying a religious man or a man that is very good at church, that works at church and all of these things automatically means that he's going to be a good man. Ha! I laugh in your face. That's what I'm gonna say. I laugh in your face. There is no just because a man goes to church, works in church, is a priest, does not mean that he is a good man. That's not the science to know what a good man is. Know that and know peace. Because if you just check the amount of cases against pastors for sexual assaulting children, children that there is in the world, you would know very well that being religious does not stop a man from being a evil man if he wants to be a evil man. Just saying. But let's go on. So some of the notable cases are, like in Nigeria in 2024, a woman in Kaduna was to death by her fiancé during wedding preparations. Investigations are ongoing, highlighting spousal violence, threats in engagements. Multiple divorces reported marital abuse, culminating in spousal homicides. But the cases often receive minimal media coverage. So there's been many cases in Nigeria in specific. There's been many cases of spouses harassing and assaulting their wives. One of the most notable cases in recent years is the case of Osinachi, the gospel musician that was getting beaten by her husband, and this man beat her too. He beat his wife too. And some people online are still out here defending him. That's how you know our society is not ready for change. That's how you know the society is not ready for change. And this whole male centeredness thing, it needs to die. Like it needs to go off. You guys need to realize that prioritize human life. Human life. That's what should be the priority. Not men. Not how uncomfortable a man is in a situation. Not how hurt a man is going to be by something. No, but human life. This man beat his wife to death. And up until recently, the the case just got earlier this year. Like the case just got earlier and just got judged earlier this year. And I still remember people being upset that he got sentenced to what he got sentenced to. I'm not sure if he got sentenced to life or if he got sentenced to death. Because in Nigeria, actually, if you kill someone, you get sentenced to death. Like that's the law. I'm not sure if he got sentenced. I cannot remember exactly, but I know that he got a very long sentence, or maybe I don't remember. And I remember people being so upset, like, "Oh, who is going to take care of his children? Oh my God, how can they do that to him? How can they sentence him like that? Who is going to take care of his children now? Now that the mother is gone, how can they sentence his father like that too? Someone that is capable of beating his wife to death, what do you think he's going to do to his children?" Exactly. You do not care about the children because if you care about them, you would want them to be away from the abuser as soon as possible. In fact, you would want them to be away from that man as soon as possible. Yes, I'm not lying. I'm not no denial that the children not having their father and their mother in their lives is going to cause a lot of issues for them, like as in financially, like emotionally, it's going to cost a lot for them. But it's still better than them living in the same house with the man that beats their mother to death in front of them. In front of them, mind you. Anyways, moving on. In Kenya, although Agnes Chirop's murder occurred in 2021, his trial extended into 2023. She was an elite athlete by her coach and husband, fueling protests. In late 2024, Nairobi saw a surge in husband-perpetrated femicides with over 160 cases reported, spurring national-wide marches demanding an accountability. Globally, Australia's 2024 domestic violence campaign revealed 35% of men admitted to intimate partner violence, with 79 women killed that year. But and in all of this, you are still not seeing how marriage can be scary for you. And why, even if you want to marry, you should really, 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 really know for sure. Like you should really, 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 really try to ensure that the person you are getting married to really, 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 really is someone that you trust and someone you've observed to know that this person is because even Like it's not written on the face. And I'll try to put up the picture of some of these men that have done some of these evil things, because it's not on the face. You don't It's not written on the face that this person is capable of committing this atrocity. One king also you, like, it's not written on the face. Like, these men look normal. They don't look like monsters. They don't have horns. They look just like any other man that you're going to walk by on the road. These men are fathers, they are husbands, they are your co-workers that are smiling at you at work, and they are capable of these evil things. Like, if you still want to get married after everything I've said, as I said, go on, get married. Get married. But please try, even if it's legal restrictions that you're going to put into place to just ensure that it's going to be harder for something like this to happen to you. Please just try. Like, I don't know, like, because it's like, I hate that one society where we the victims, we women the victims, are the one that have to be creating and doing things to prevent ourselves from getting hurt instead of the perpetrators. Like, why are we the victims? Why is it left up to us to be the ones that are going through the, oh, let me take self-defense classes, oh, let me do this, let me do that, oh, let me buy this pepper spray, let me buy this. Mind the pepper spray and all of these things are even illegal in Nigeria. Like, let me do this to protect myself. Why is it up to us to do that? Like, this society is so sad. Like, honestly, I'm fed up, man. I'm fed up. There is just so much going on. There is just so much going on. There is so much intimate partner violence. There's so much killing. This, like, that is going on to women by their own partners, by their male partners specifically. So, as I said, I'm not saying don't get married, but please just keep in mind that you signing that marriage certificate could just be you signing away your life too in the process. Keep it in mind. Truly, it's not the case for everybody, but it's a very huge possibility that can happen. It's not even, it's no longer a myth or a legend. It is now reality. I mean, it has always been reality, but in our present day world, we are seeing it more and more every day, more and more. The mother country to the country I live in at the moment, the number of femicide rates in just this past year, absolutely terrifying, absolutely terrifying and concerning. So we're going to move on. Anyways, men represent the overwhelming majority of perpetrators in all form of gender-based violence, from everyday harassment and intimate partner abuse to femicide. African countries like the DRC, Nigeria, South Africa feature particularly high prevalence rates. Oh, in South Africa too, there's also this case of Sisiwe, this young girl. I'll try to put up the case that happened recently by, I think, a teacher. I'll try to put it up. So, in Kenya and Nigeria, alarming peaks in husband perpetrated murders and engagement related violence gained media prominence between 2023 and 2025, illustrating a persistent and systemic threat. You know, one of the things that really scares me in all of this case is also, I don't know if any one of you was following the Diddy case. Like, because me, from the moment the case broke, from the moment he got arrested by the feds, till the till the current court that we're in, till the jury verdict, I followed the case closely. Like, I'm not talking about just um checking online and seeing all the disgusting baby oil memes. No, as in, I checked up court transcripts, because court transcript is like public knowledge, it's called public information. I checked up, I followed different reporters reporting on the case. Even before the case started, I was following up the news, especially on Rotten Mango, because Rotten Mango, amazing news coverage. Like, on the on some of the cases is done in the past, and now we've gotten away with things up until this whole issue. And with the verdict that was reached, we were able to also learn that one of the you can see when women don't speak up is because even when women do speak up sometimes, justice is still not reached. Because with everything that man did, he got to walk away. And even before the verdict came, I had an inkling that he might walk away. Why? Because with the way the case was unraveling, we had people questioning online, oh, how is all of this related to what they are charging him with? Like, it's not that serious. It was just a case of him being freaky. It was not that deep. We have footage of this man beating up this lady, kicking her when she was trying to leave. One day she was trying to leave him at the hotel. And you hear people say, why did she not leave? We had cases of people coming up, testimonies, with evidence of some of the things that this man did to them. Some of the chats were even exposed in court, and we still have people saying, oh, they wanted it. You know, this one of the things that affects society the most is this idea of a perfect victim. People expect a victim to be brutalized, beaten down, looks like they've been through hell, like pity, like there is more to being a victim than what you expect. And there is no perfect victim. When, like, things, I mean, there are perfect victims in some scenarios, but in some scenarios, there's no perfect victims. When you hear a case of somebody assaulting someone, or one of the big ones, one of the big ones that is very important to this. I know I don't like talking about pop commentary at all. I don't like referring to like pop cases or anything. And if you watch any of my other videos, you know I don't refer to them. We have the case of Chris Brown and Rihanna in 2008. Or was it 2009? I don't even remember. And people were like, oh, but she also did something to him. Really? He slammed her head on the dashboard, beat her blue black. She clawed him to fight back. But because she also tried to defend herself, suddenly she's not a victim. Are you hearing yourself? Are you hearing yourself? Honestly, it's crazy to think about, you know. You hear people say things like, oh, and one of the other things that is painful to know in this society is how when people accuse a man of doing something, people go on and on about, oh, they are trying to ruin a great man's career, they're trying to ruin a black man's career. Really? Really? Because as we've seen time and time again, they walk away unscathed mostly. Most of these men walk away unscathed. Even after they've done some of the most atrocious things that's known to men, they walk away unscathed. We have cases like someone like Chris Brown. Because I'm name dropping him by name. The amount of cases that are against that man for assault, for beating, he's even gotten sent away from therapy. Like, he's been to jail. He's been to jail for assault cases, and people still out here defending him. Oh, he just did that one thing in 2008, 2009. He's changed because really, he's changed. Because as much as I know, we still have news articles that came up about him assaulting someone down to like 2023. You know, as in this video, I mostly talked about the intimate partner violence in marriage or in relationship in general and how that's scary. And because of that, marriage is a scam, right? But I also there are so many things to it apart from that. We also have the fact that women are discriminated upon disproportionately. Like there's a huge disproportion to how women benefit from marriage. Men benefit the most from marriage. In Nigeria, women benefit from marriage in a name sense because when people hear that a woman is married, they tend to show her a bit more respect, but not because of her, because they view her as this other man's property. What they're respecting is the fact that she's another man's property, not the fact that she's not her, not her in specific. But yeah, not denying. I've been having a missus in front of your name does give you some legitimacy in Nigeria, like does help you gain some certain respect. No denying to that. But one other thing that really hurts me is the fact that a lot of women have to give up their hopes and dreams to remain in marriages or to even get married in the first place. And when even though they do all of this, they are not seen as it's not seen as a sacrifice. It's seen as, oh, what else? That she's supposed to that she's a wife. You're giving up your hopes, your dreams, your goals, your your life, and it is still not seen as enough. It is seen as she's just doing the womanly duty. We have cases of women. Do you know one of the things that pains me the most about people not rating stay-at-home wives is the fact that being a stay-at-home wife is a 24 hours career. You never get to clock out. You don't clock out. You are working 24/7 without clocking out. Same applies to women that go to jobs. They go to work their 8 hour shifts, 10 hour shifts, 16 hour shift at work, come back home to second shifts to raise children. And please, I'm not saying you should not take care of your children and you should not, like, that's not the, please, as I said, don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm just saying these efforts by women should be appreciated more. It should be appreciated. You have men saying things like, oh, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to stay home and raise the children. Really? Really? Because from science, there is nothing that says that the way a man's brain work and the way a woman's brain work is different. It's not fact. The only reason why it seems that men and women think differently or appear to see things differently is because of social conditioning, because of the social environments they are raised in. The way women were raised to be more empathetic, to see things in a certain different perspective, is why it appears that men and women see things differently. No, there is no scientific proof or study that shows that men and women inherently have different brains that think differently. It's not true. It's not true. Which also goes to show that there is no there's nothing inherently that makes a woman more capable of raising a child than a man. If a man was socialized in a way that shows him how to raise a child, how to take care of a child, he's just as capable of raising a child as a woman is. So why is it left up to a woman to do all the child bearing? And at the end of the day, she's still not appreciated for it. She's still blamed. She's still devalued. You hear the men complaining, oh, what have you been doing? All you just do at home anyway is just sleep and wake up. What are you doing? You're not doing anything else. Really? She's cooking, she's grocery shopping, she's cleaning, she's attending to all your needs, she's calling doctors to check up on your appointment. If you are sick, she's pushing you to go to the hospital to go and get checked. Anything that is wrong, she's there, she's knowing it. Your clothes, she's doing your laundry, she's arranging your stuffs for you, she's helping you to organize your life, your time. She's preparing food for you to go to eat before you go to work. When you come back, you're going to meet food. She's doing all of this around the clock, 24/7 with no breaks. At the end of the day, you will still say you want to be serviced at night. She's still servicing you, but you still don't think she's doing something. You think if one of the things that vexes me the most is when people talk about divorce rights when a woman wants alimony, and they're like, oh, why does she want, out of his money? Like, did she work for it? All she was doing was sitting at home. Ah, really? Because if she wasn't doing the cooking, the taking care of the children, you think the man was going to be, he was going to be able to stay at work with complete peace of mind, knowing that the reason, and this is just vexing me, the reason the man is able to go to work, concentrate at work, and actually earn what he's earning, get the promotions he's getting, is because he knows at the back of his mind that someone else is doing the remaining responsibility for him. The responsibility of the child rearing, the responsibility of the taking care of the home building. Someone else is doing that. What is going to eat? What is going to wear? Someone else is taking care of that. That's why he's confident. That's why he's content enough to be able to go to work. Do you know how much it costs for you to employ somebody to clean your house? Do you know how much it costs to employ somebody to cook for you? Do you know how much daycare costs? Do you know how much it costs to hire a nanny? Do you know how much it costs to hire a night nanny? If it removes all of that money from whatever salary is earning, you think he's going to be able to build whatever wealth he's building without his wife doing all of the labor? And then you go at the end of the day and say she does not deserve anything. What does she deserve? Why does she deserve out of his money? Oh, really? There is a lot to it, honestly. There is a lot to it. We also have, apart from the intimate partner violence, the old disproportion, the old misogyny that comes with it also. Because in Nigeria, it's not strange for a husband to tell his wife, I don't want to work. I don't want you to work. Even if she's earning more than he does, she has to quit her work. And if she does, the society is going to be like, why would you disobey your husband? Whatever, whatever. She's the bad one. She's the evil one for not quitting her work. The husband can call and say that, we have a business deal. I need to travel to Abuja. I'm going from work to Abuja for 3 days and I'm not going to be back home. And all the wife would say is, okay, come back home safely. Can the wife do the same thing without getting judged like that? Can she just up and say, oh, I sweetie, we have a business deal at work. I need to travel to Abuja for 3 days, and just go like that? Can she do that without getting judged by society? She's so uncaring. How can she do that? How can she put her career above her marriage? How can she put her career above her man? But he can put his career above her. He can put his career above his family, but she cannot do the same. Meanwhile, you are both human beings. There's no, you are both human beings. There's, there's really a lot. All I'm going to say is, if after this video, if you watch up to this point of the video, and marriage is still a goal in your life, marriage is something that you're building for, marriage is something that you're going for, marriage is something that you want, that's all you. I'm not saying this as like, I'm not being sarcastic or saying this to hate on you or anything, or to belittle your dreams, because wanting to get married is not something bad. It's just you've been conditioned to think that that's what you should aim for in life, and it's really okay. Or that might just be what you actually even want, even without social conditioning, and that's fine. It's really okay. Like, chase what you want, chase what you want, chase your dream. Try to make sure that at least you do everything you can do to make sure that the man you're getting married to, whoever you're getting married to, the person you're getting married to, is someone that actually cares about you. He's someone that actually sees you as a human being, knows that you have a life, knows that you have a priority, knows that you have a goal, and actually puts that and respects that. That puts that eye and respects that. Know that you marry someone that actually sees your dreams and your passion as valid, no matter how little, and is willing to help you build with that. That is willing to sacrifice for you to build with that. No, that you are marrying a partner, you're dating a partner that even when you compromise, your partner also has compromise. It's not just you compromising all the time, your partner is also compromising sometimes. Just there's a lot to it, honestly. As young girls, there are many we have so much to live for. We have so much to aspire for. We have so much to build for. If you and I'm not going to lie, there is a security that comes with marriage, which is why it's so popular. If it had no benefits, it's not going to be as popular as it is today, you know. There is a security that comes to with marriage. I'm not saying don't I'm not saying go out there be having kids for a man you're not married to, because truly, mar- marriage does not stop a man from leaving you after you give birth to a child for him. But at least it's documented. It's documented. There is a document. There is a amount of legal security that you can receive from a marriage before you start popping out children for a man. And some people would say, and also the men that say that oh, you don't want to get married to you, and they are like, oh, marriage is just a paper. Really? Your degree is just a piece of paper too. It is. Your car certificate, your car ownership certificate is also a piece of paper. Your house ownership paper is just a piece of paper too. Keep that in mind. When your partner is refusing to commit to you, I mean, honestly, for me, I do not see marriage as the utmost form of commitment. Don't shoot me down for saying that. It's just how I see things. And I said, it's my view, it's my opinion on life. I really do not rate marriage. I really do not like marriage. Like, I'm not even going to lie. Because think about think about it. How many marriages have you seen and in your daily life and actually thought, oh, I want that for myself? Think about it. It's like I really do not rate marriage like that. I really don't. Nor is it something I've ever like dreamed or placed my life towards. But like I also understand that there is some necessity for it. For certain people, like there is a security that comes with marriage, the legal security that comes with it. Like don't let anybody tell you um it's just a piece of paper. If it's really that serious for you and you really want to do the marriage, don't tell anybody that you just a piece of paper. And also in the same vein, if someone does not want to get married, stop forcing them to get married. It's not by force. It's not by force. This life, we're not a monolith. People have different choices. People have different things that they want for their life. People have different things that they aim for their life. If someone does not want to get married, leave them alone. It's not one shade or done. It's not by force. And if and also be very careful of babebe marriage. What then babebe marriage? I don't know what the English word is for it at the moment, but be very careful of marriage that is just well, shall take the ring, just you want ring, shall take it. Let me breathe. Be careful of that. Be very careful for that. This is really this video really just I don't know, it's really spiraled differently to the way I wanted to talk about it. Like but I just hope that what I said did not go over your ears. And I just hope that what I said is interpreted in a way that the things I said that apply to you, take it in one hand and use it. The things that don't apply to you, let it go. The things that you are curious about, do more research about it. Drop in the comment sections everything I said. How do you think about it? Have you ever thought about it in that way? Do you still want to marry? Have you are you someone that just does not like marriage like me? Are you someone that has always dreamt of marriage and still wants to get married? Are you someone that dreamt of marriage and because of this video you are thinking, she I should I should not do it? Like, just let me know. What do you think? Do you understand? What do you think? Are you someone that thinks that um, marriage is the utmost form of commitment to someone? Are you someone that thinks that if someone does not want to marry you, like they hate you? Like, just let me know, like your opinions, your thoughts, your feels on what everything I've discussed. So in that in that lens, this is where we are going to end today's video. Thank you so much for joining me on today's view. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support, your comments, your likes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I know I should have said it earlier, but now I said it. So thank you. Bye.